Hi, I'm Marna, and this is the Twin Flame Detox. I'm trying to keep the ring light from reflecting off of my glasses. That's going to be minimally effective, so it is what it is. I was, as everyone who's a regular viewer of this channel knows, I have a business where I help people who need to leave a twin flame or soulmate relationship do so without feeling like they've amputated a limb in the process. So, I've been talking to business coaches, and one of them asked me, why? What got me started with doing the Twin Flame Detox? Why did I feel the need to create this program? So I figured it's about time I did a video on that. So, watch till the end, and I will give instructions on how to get in touch with me if you would like to sign up for the course. It's an 8-week course. It is packed full of value and does have options for both group and individual coaching associated with it. So the instructions for that will either be at the end or down below in the information box. That's what it is. All right, so like my name is Marna. I have been on the Twin Flame path for, let's see, it's 2020 now, so 23 years. Yeah, I know, it's a long time. And, the first time going around with my twin flame, absolutely stellar experience. Well, if you've experienced it, you know. I don't have to explain it to you. But then he left. And for 15 years, we had absolutely no contact at all. And then we reconnected. And when we reconnected, within 12 hours of being around each other, we had managed to break 2 beds. So yeah, the twin flame feelings did not die out in those intervening 15 years. We were still very much drawn together. And we stayed together for a while. We got married. We celebrated the birth of our grandchild together because the first time around there had been a baby. So, it was great. It was fantastic. It was the bubble. And then he left again. And that was when I really started researching twin flames. I had always known we were soul partners. I had always known we had that bond, but I hadn't found the terminology of twin flames until after the second separation. And the more I read, the more it made sense. And I'm sure that if you're watching this channel, it's because you've read some of those same things. And over I kept reading about how the entire purpose of the twin flame was to come back into union. And for a couple of years after he left the second time, that was my focus. I did the courses. I took the classes. I did the courses. I spent literally thousands upon thousands of dollars trying to reach union with my twin flame. In the meantime, both during the 15-year separation and in the years since we separated the second time, he has made other choices. And many of his choices have been choices based on not facing his shadow self, not facing the issues that were brought up by the twin flame relationship. Because we all have them. Lord knows I do. Because he has been refusing to do the work, because he has been refusing to move into that healing modality, he has become a very, very toxic person, to the point of he recently spent some time in jail for attacking his current female companion and, from what I've heard, hospitalizing her. So there's the nutshell version. Now let's talk about what really happened. My twin flame and I are incredibly compatible. The only things that we were not compatible on were the shadow issues that we brought out in each other. And when you consider that that is what the twin flame relationship is designed to do, it makes perfect sense that we had these issues. Now, those shadow issues on his part manifested in a fear of being controlled. He had this programming from childhood that he had to get married. He had to be in a stable long-term relationship. But he also had this very deep fear of losing his individuality, of not being himself anymore, of having to give up who he was for the sake of the relationship. And that manifested with him in an insistence on polyamory and in a great deal of narcissistic behavior. I was cool with polyamory. I was not cool with the narcissistic behavior that was designed to trigger some of my issues. My issues were a fear of abandonment, a fear of not being worthy, of not being good enough, and a number of issues related to self-esteem based from my own abusive childhood, the core wounds that were installed in me. Now, when he left, he chose drugs and alcohol instead of facing his core wounds. For a while, I chose chasing union instead of facing mine. But then I realized that all I was doing by chasing union was prolonging my own pain. I was energetically tying myself to a person who was not interested in doing the work, who was not interested in moving forward together, and who had made that abundantly clear. So I shifted my focus. I could not do anything about his refusal to do his work. I could do a lot about the work I needed to be doing, and that is what I chose to do. I started focusing on my core wounds, on what it was in me that was bringing about a pattern, because he wasn't the first guy to cheat on me and walk out on me. So I started focusing on the pattern of my behavior that made those characteristics in someone else attractive to me. I mean, why on earth was I hooking up with men who couldn't be faithful? That made no sense at all for someone with a fear of abandonment. So I began identifying my core wounds and the aspects of the shadow that were manifesting within me. And the more I healed those, the more that behavior has lost its allure for me. I see a guy now who is, acting that way, and my response is, oh, how sad. What a shame he doesn't know how to fix himself. What a shame he feels the need to run away from his own issues instead of facing them head on and growing as an individual. So that is one way I know that the core wound healing I've been doing has had an effect. My attitude has completely changed. What I consider acceptable to allow into my life has completely changed. And that is something that I have seen in other people that I've also worked with. Now, along the way, I did work with over 1,500 other twin flames in separation. 1,500 other people who were going through the exact same pain, the exact same loss, the exact same despair that I went through and that you're experiencing. And I started compiling the commonalities, and I started finding what it is that we needed to really be working on. And that is the basis of the Twin Flame Detox. What this program does is it helps you break that energetic addiction you have towards this other person. It helps you break that ingrained desire to have someone else validate you as an individual. It helps you move forward in your own power and on your own path so that you are a fully realized human being without needing someone else there to make it possible for you to experience the love and the happiness that we all felt during that honeymoon bubble phase. Along the way, other things happened that I didn't expect. I did not expect my spirituality to grow to the extent it had. I did not expect to go through an ascension over the summer. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, look at my videos from June versus my videos from July. You'll see that the lighting is very different. I did not change the lighting setup at all. What did change was my energy as we went through the three eclipses back to back in June and into July. I went through an ascension. My energy shifted to a higher vibration, and that showed up on the film as hot spots. I show up differently on camera now than I used to. That's one reason why I keep shifting lights around. I'm trying to find a way to be seen without being in a hot spot like I have been. So That is where the Twin Flame Detox came from. That is where I discovered just how deep this spirituality goes. And my goal with the detox program is to help other people who are experiencing this pain, who are experiencing this loss, who are experiencing this I can't go through this again sensation, and help them move forward on their own path. You see, once you go into the detox program, after a couple of weeks, the physical form of your twin flame doesn't really matter anymore. They are doing their own thing. They are responsible for their own healing. That has moved outside of your energetic field of attention. They are no longer subconsciously connecting to you. They are no longer invading your dreams. They are no longer randomly hitting you with a phantom smell. Didn't you hate that? I always did. You're no longer focused enough on them that you can tell where they are from across the country by the relative direction. The Twin Flame Detox shows you how to energetically insulate yourself from them so that you can focus on you. Then you start doing the core wound exercises. Then you start confronting your shadow self, seeing how these patterns evolved in your life, what it is that you need to deal with and heal so that you can move on in your own spiritual growth. Now, just because you detox from them does not mean they can't come back. They very well may. In fact, I've had a couple of people tell me that because of that energetic separation, their twin flame came back to them. I don't make any guarantees that they will. I don't make any guarantees that they won't, because everyone's journey is different. Where your path takes you is up to you. What I can guarantee you, what I do guarantee you, is that if you implement all of the strategies in the Twin Flame Detox, you will energetically deconnect. You will be able to focus on yourself instead of them. You will stop being obsessed with what are they doing and who are they doing it with. And you will start moving forward on your own spiritual path in whatever spiritual manner works best for you. I don't require you to follow any form of spirituality or anything like that. I am also very definitely not running a cult. I will not tell you that my way is the only way to heal, because it isn't. Every person is unique. Every person has their own modalities of learning. So, if you would like to move forward with Twin Flame Detox, you can contact me at twinflamedetox.com. My email address is twinflamedetox@gmail.com. I know there's a theme here, isn't there? If you go to twinflamedetox.com and you contact me over email, I will set up an intake call with you. I will sit down and go over all the details of the program with you, all the ins and outs, and make sure it's the right program for you. If you've watched enough of my videos that you already know this is the right program for you, there is also a link there that will take you directly to the sign-up page. All of the courses are done through the Kartra platform, so it'll take you right into the sign-up page. You can sign up for the course. You can buy a copy of the book, whatever works best for you. So again, I'm Marna. This is the Twin Flame Detox, and thank you for joining me. Have a great night.